bring the blocks with you and let's place them on the high side of the top of the mat. And we'll start in Tadasana. So, bringing the feet about shoulder distance apart, like just taking a moment to kind of tune into the earth, check in. And when I'm standing here, I like to rock a little bit on the feet, like rock forward and rock back, just to kind of get a feeling of the earth, checking it out a little bit. And then circle around the ankles. Again, feeling what center isn't. I always feel like that's useful. And then circle in the opposite direction. And then we'll gently bring it back to center. And now we'll come fully into Tadasana. So literally, imagine that there's a string at the top of your skull, just reaching the spine up. Go ahead and roll the shoulders out, palms facing forward. And then look over your shoulder and just notice if everything's in alignment. So shoulder is over hips, hips are over knees, knees are over ankles. Sometimes we have a tendency to lean forward or lean back, depending on your individual preference. But just try to find center and stand here for a moment and come into the breath. So taking some nice deep breaths, and as we exhale, we'll exhale everything. Let it all go. Allowing the feet to sink a little bit further into the earth while maintaining the length in the spine. And then allow the palms to find each other in front of the heart. We'll start by taking a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we'll push the air down. Inhale, arms up, looking towards the sky. Exhale, we'll dive in, bend the knees first couple times. Diving down. Inhale, flat back, open heart. Exhale, folding over, top of the head towards the earth. Inhale, arms out to the side, palms towards the sky. Reaching, exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lifting up. Dive in, keep the knees bent. Inhale, lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, fold it on over. Inhale, palms out to the side, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do the same thing this time as we dive in. We're going to keep the legs straight if the back feels okay with that. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lifting up, reaching towards the sky. Go ahead and diving in. Inhale, lift the heart, flat back. Exhale, fold it on over. Inhale, palms out to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that one more time before we add the legs. Inhale. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lifting up, reach towards the sky. Exhale, dive in, back straight, legs straight. Inhale, flat back, lift the heart. Exhale, fold it on over. Inhale, palms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to add the legs. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lifting up. Diving in. Lift the heart. This time as we exhale, let's plant the hands on the blocks and we'll step the right leg back. Nice wide stance. Go ahead and rotate that right foot, right? So that the foot is on the earth, toes are facing away. Bend the front knee. We're going to bring it into warrior two. Windmill it up into warrior two. Breathing here for a moment. And then just check the feet, make sure the heels are lined up. You might want to widen the stance a little bit. sinking down. Breathe into this for a moment. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll windmill the hands back onto the blocks, back toes face forward. Go ahead and step it on up. Fold on an exhale. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Again, inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lift it up. Diving in on an exhale. Lifting the heart. This time as we exhale, we're going to plant the hands. We're going to step the left leg back. Nice wide stance. Rotate the left foot so it ends up on the earth. Bend the right knee. And let's bring it up into warrior two on the other side. Hanging on here for a moment. Nice, lovely. Breathe. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to windmill it down. Back toes come forward. Go ahead and step it on up. Fold. Inhale, arms out to the sky. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, let's keep moving. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, diving in. Inhale, we're going to lift the heart. This time as we exhale, we're going to plant the hands on the blocks again. We're going to step the right foot back. And this time we're going to drop that right knee down. Top of the right foot on the earth. And then we're going to drop the hips down and bring them back. So bend that left leg and then straighten it. You can bring the hands to the earth if that feels a little bit more comfortable. Couple more times. Now this time as we come forward, bring the hands onto the blocks, both hands. Tuck those right toes under, and let's see if we can come up into a low lunge. Hands on the block to start, right? Breathing here for a moment, and then let's just see if maybe we can bring the hands off the blocks and bring the torso up into a low lunge. Kind of like, almost like a crescent pose. Breathing here. Sinking down just a little bit. Bend that right knee just a little more. Nice. Go ahead, place the hands back on the block. Step the right foot forward. Fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Do the other side. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lifting up. Diving in. Lifting the heart, planting the hands. This time we step the left leg back. Nice wide stance. Drop the left knee. Top of the left foot on the earth. Again, we're going to bend that front leg and straighten it. And bend and straighten. So I find if I bring my hands to the floor here, it's a little more comfortable. Next time we come forward, go ahead and bring the hands onto the blocks again. Tuck the toes under. Lift that left leg up. Come into that low lunge. Get a little bit comfortable here, like feeling the strength of the body. And then see if we can bring it up. Oh! And then maybe we bend that back knee. Right, so we're coming into that crescent pose and breathe here. Holding. Nice. Hands back onto the blocks. Step the left foot forward. Fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, lifting up. As soon as we exhale, we're going to dive in. We're actually going to bring the hands to the earth, right? As we lift the heart, as we exhale and plant the hands, we're going to step the left leg back again, and we're going to rotate both feet forward, right? So coming into a wide forward fold. Now you might want to grab your blocks and bring them in front of you. So bring them on the high side and see if you can bring the forearms down onto the blocks. Nice. And just sort of hang out here for a minute, and then maybe start to gently bend one knee and then the other. So maybe we inhale through center and we exhale down. Now, if you feel like you'd like to come a little lower, you can bring the blocks down a little bit and come down a little bit. Like you do what's best for you right now in this moment. Nice. Oh, such a nice stretch on that inner thigh, right? Couple more times. Nice. We'll gently come back to center. Move the blocks out to the sides. Bring the hands in front of you. Heel toe the feet till they're about shoulder distance apart or a little bit further. All right. Folding down. Head, top of the head towards the earth in a forward fold. Go ahead and heel toe the feet even closer together. So they're about hip distance apart. Bend the knees. And then let's slowly roll it on up. Nice and slow. Head's the last thing to come up. Taking your time. Go ahead and bring that head up. Nice. And then shake the legs out a little bit. All right. Let's roll the shoulders back. Nice big circles. Just rolling those shoulders, right? Releasing any tension or grip there. Breathing as you move. And then roll them forward. Again, nice over-exaggerated movements. Nice, bring them back to center. Let's take the feet a comfortable distance apart, like whatever that means for you, okay? So for me, it's about shoulder distance, maybe a little bit more. And you can soften the knees a little bit here. We're gonna do some opening, side body opening. So pausing here, right, coming into the breath. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale over to the side. We're gonna hang out here for a couple breaths. So make sure the head is comfortable, whatever that means. And then I'd like to push the left hip out to the left a little bit, just kind of increasing the stretch along the left side of the body. Again, maybe the knees are slightly softened. Nice. Inhale back to center. Release the left arm down. Pause for a moment and just notice the difference. We'll inhale the right arm up. Exhale over. Notice if one side's a little stickier than the other. Again, push that right hip out a little bit, breathing into this. Nice. Inhale back to center. Release the right arm down. Go ahead and bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. All right, pull the hands down a bit. All right, opening up the chest, soften the knees. And let's come into a forward fold from here. Once you come down, if it feels useful, you can straighten those legs a little bit and you can bring the hands towards the sky and breathe into this. So I don't have my legs completely straight. There's still a slight bend here. Nice. Release the hands down onto the body. Bring the hands in front of you. Heel toe your feet nice and wide and come on down into a squat. Bringing the torso up. Maybe the hands come into prayer position in front of the heart, breathing here for a moment. Nice. Go ahead and pop it all the way down onto the earth. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit here. Coming down onto the earth, knees bent. Come onto your backs. Locate your strap. Bring your strap close by on one of your blocks. So pausing here for a moment and breathing. So just taking a moment to sort of check in with the body. Right, we do a little strengthening on the legs. Roll those shoulders out, palms up, let the back get heavy. And take a moment to sort of tune into that low back, like notice where your feet are. And I feel like if you widen the stance a little bit, it allows this opening in the low back, right? A little bit of a settling, a little bit of an opening in the pelvic bones. I think there can be a lot of grip there that we might not be so aware of. Also in the shoulders, like let the shoulders get heavy. And then go ahead and walk the feet in so they're about shoulder distance apart, hip distance apart. We're going to do a supported bridge pose. So locating your block, we'll inhale the pelvis up. We'll come onto the block. We won't stay here too long, right? But we'll pause here for a moment and roll those shoulder blades together and down, right? Opening up the chest and just breathing here for a moment. Paying attention to the back of the neck, like where is she most comfortable? Right, so for me, a slight tucking of the chin feels good. Are the feet parallel to the sides of the mat? Toes are not sticking out. And then just push into the earth a little bit just to activate the legs. It's kind of easy with the block here to be a little lazy in this pose. So push the feet into the earth, activate the legs, just know what that feels like. Continuing to breathe. And then go ahead and relax the legs. Let the shoulders come apart. Palms roll down onto the earth, and we're going to lift one leg and then the other up towards the sky. We're going to point and flex the feet. Just pointing and flexing and pointing and flexing. Nice. And then circle the ankles around in one direction and circle in the opposite direction. And then we'll stop circling and just breathe into that for a moment. And then allow the legs to drop to opposite sides. If you want to, you can bring the hands inside the thighs and just let the arms increase the stretch a little bit. You can even bring the hands underneath the legs and support the legs if it feels like that would be more useful. Like do whatever feels most useful to you right here, today, right now. And breathe. And really like become aware of the stretch in the inner thigh. Right? Like taking a moment to really appreciate the weight of your legs and the ability to do this. Go ahead and bring your hands outside the legs. Help the legs come back towards the sky. Bending the knees, grabbing onto that block. Let's release one foot onto the earth and then the other. Pausing here for a moment. We'll inhale the torso up. We'll take that block out and we'll pause. Allow the back to come down and just pause here. Again, let's walk the feet a little bit wider, really opening that low back. Roll the shoulders out, palms up, and breathe here. Rock the head a little side to side. Nice. We'll come back to center and we'll locate our strap. And we'll bring the feet back in alignment with the hips, all right? And we'll start with the left leg today. So we're gonna bring the strap around the ball of the left foot. And right foot stays on the mat for right now because we're gonna bend and straighten that left leg. And then maybe you find this little bounce that happens, right? Just see if you can get a little sort of ricochet motion off the booty as the leg comes back up. Think of it like a rubber band. All right, we'll do 3, 2, 1. And now we'll hold the stretch. Now, as we hold the stretch, you might like to straighten your right leg. It's up to you, right? Like it depends on how your low back is. For me, I always keep my right knee bent. It just feels more comfortable. Some people like to straighten that leg. I always say, if you're not sure, try it and see what happens. But really try to straighten that left leg, lead with the heel, really point the toes towards the face, and then just gently encourage that left leg to stretch, right? So no death grip on the strap, shoulders on the earth, like really just gently encouraging the stretch, breathing into that. The other thing to be aware of is that the right glute stays on the floor, like it doesn't roll up because you're trying to increase the stretch so much. I had a teacher who said, imagine your leg going over your head and touching the earth above you. I've been doing yoga a really long time and I'm not even close to that. But every now and then I imagine it. I'm like, maybe it could happen. Okay, locate your block and bring it outside that right hip. And we're gonna drop that leg, the left leg, out onto that block. Now, if your right leg is straight, then just rotate it out to the right. If it's bent, go ahead and gently straighten it and then rotate it out to the right. So toes are facing away from center, and breathe into this. Now, and just feel that opening in the front right hip flexor, maybe the whole belly in the front, right? Like mine feels pretty like it's opening. And breathe into this pretty deep stretch, right? Like it goes beyond that surface area. It's like even a little deeper than the muscles right here, right? It's into the fascia, into maybe the ligaments. I don't think tendons really stretch. I was told that ligaments are like saran wrap and tendons are like Tupperware. So there's movement, right? There's definite movement, but the structure doesn't really change. Nice. And then go ahead, the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale across the body. Left arm stays behind, head's in a comfortable position, and breathe here. Nice deep breathing in this little twist or big twist. And we'll inhale that left leg back up towards the sky. Take the strap off, shake that left leg out a little bit. Go ahead and release the left leg onto the earth. Arms are down, palms are up, and just breathe into this. And really like notice the landscape of the left leg. How is it different than the right? To feel a little longer, a little more spacious. Maybe tuning into the buttocks for a moment and noticing if one side feels heavier than the other. There are no right or wrong answers here. It's just an observation, right? Yoga is not about perfectionism, it's about practice. We'll bring the arms a little closer, palms down, bend one knee and then the other. Pausing here for a moment, move that block over to the right side. Go ahead and bring that right knee in and place the strap around the ball of the right foot. Flexing that right leg. And again, we're going to start by bending and straightening the right knee. And seeing if you can get that little ricochet motion here, if you can get it to sort of bounce back on its own without a lot of effort. This is the amazing internal workings of your body, right? 3, 2, 1, and then we'll hold this stretch. Again, leg is straight, toes are pointed towards the face, gently encouraging this stretch, being kind, being thoughtful, being conscious. You know, we're certainly not trying to pull anything here, right? We're just trying to gently increase the stretch, gently open up the opportunity for prana to move through the body. Nice deep breathing here. Again, if you want to straighten that left leg, if that feels okay and safe for you, you can do that. If you want to keep the left knee bent, you can do that as well. Like, you get to decide. Right glute is heavy. And then from here, we're going to drop that right leg out to the right onto that block. Okay? Left arm comes out so that our back stays on the earth. If your left leg is straightened, rotate her out. If she's not straightened, go ahead and straighten her and then rotate her out to the left. So now all of a sudden you start to feel that stretch in the front of the left hip flexor. Can you relax into this shape, surrendering into this moment, this time, this place? I'm doing a new meditation challenge called 10%. I don't know, I guess some guy wrote a book called like Be Just 10% Happier, or 10% Calmer, or 10% Richer, or whatever. And one of the things that he said today that I thought was kind of interesting, it has completely gone out of my head. I just thought of that whole like introduction. Now I can't remember. I'll think of it. Oh, I know. The body is always in the present moment, right? Like the mind is kind of tricky, but the body she's always in the present moment. And I thought that that was really interesting because I know that pain is a great equalizer, but you know, the truth is the body is always here and now. Inhale that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale across the body. Right arm can stay behind. Head's in a comfortable position, and breathe here for a moment. And you know, a lot of what we do with our breath work is anchor the mind to the body, because the mind has a tendency to wander, right? She wanders to the past or she wanders to the future, and sometimes has a hard time anchoring to the present. But the body is always in the present. So if we can pay attention to the body, we might be more likely to be in the present. And it can be something as simple as watching the breath, right? Noticing the breeze on your body, noticing what things smell like. I mean, you know, there's, what do you see, right? There's also, we have all these senses that can also bring us into the moment. Go ahead and inhale that right leg back up towards the sky. Take the strap off, shake the right leg out. Release the right leg onto the earth. And again, breathing into this for a moment, just relax. Let everything get a little heavy. So I like to have the legs, you know, a nice distance apart, like not close together. Let them come apart. Again, having that pelvic region open. That first chakra, right? That root chakra, that's all about safety, right? It's all about, you know, food, shelter, physical safety, which, you know, frankly, right now, I think is under attack. We live in strange times. Go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Bring the arms up overhead in a comfortable, sustainable position. So into that victory or cactus pose. Go ahead and walk the feet a little further apart. So maybe it's off the mat. Tuning into the low back, letting that low back get nice and heavy. In fact, you can even zip up the low belly and push the low back onto the earth. Like really protect that low back. And as we exhale, we'll exhale the knees down to the left. Inhale through center, zipping up the low belly, push the low back onto the earth. Exhale the knees to the right, allow the head to flow with the knees. And repeat that process. Inhaling through center, connecting through the bones in the back of the pelvis, the hips. Coming through center, letting grace and gravity take the knees down to the opposite side. Roll the head with the knees. And just enjoy this. And maybe like for today, the feeling of tension comes into the feet. And so notice how you roll through center onto the outside of one foot and the inside of the other foot. And then as we roll through center, feet come flat onto the earth. And then it's the opposite outside of the foot and inside of the other foot. And so just really noticing that. Do your toes come down to the earth when you do this? Like are the feet all the way flat in that center, or are they already anticipating the roll and they're not connecting to the earth? Again, no right or wrong answer, just interesting to notice. Anchoring the mind to the here and now through the body. Next time the knees come down to the left, we're going to hang out here. I'm just going to breathe here for a moment. Roll the head all the way to the left, maybe coming onto that left ear. Let the right leg get heavy and breathe. Extend the right arm towards the wall behind you, really stretching into that right side. Nice. Jaws relax. Like notice what's relaxed and what isn't. Can you surrender into the shape? Soften the right elbow. Inhale the knees and head through center. Pause here, breathe here for a moment. Notice what's going on. Exhale the knees to the opposite side. Again, roll the head over. Settling in here for a moment, noticing the difference between one side and the other. So this is that left side, the cool side, moon side, relationship side. Gently straighten the left arm, reaching towards the wall behind you. Maybe that left knee comes down a little bit further. Nice. Soften the left elbow. Inhale the knees and head through center. Pause here for a moment. Go ahead and bring the hands to the belly. Bringing the thumbs together and the index fingers together, creating a nice little diamond shape with the hands, dropping the thumbs into the belly button, fingertips pointed towards the pubic bone, and then relax the hands completely and breathe here for a moment. Nice, let's bring the knees into the chest. We're gonna rock it out a little bit side to side. I like to keep the knees wide, creating a cradle with the elbows. This always feels so good. I always thought you should do this more. And then go ahead and bring the hands underneath the knees and rock forward and back a couple of times. And then we're going to come on up into a comfortable seated position. So I find it useful to take a blanket and create a little bit of height, or you can use your bolster too, frankly. If you have a bolster, that's kind of nice. We're going to do a seated cat-cow. So it doesn't matter how you sit, right? So for me, this is a comfortable, like sitting with my legs crossed. For some people, that's not so comfortable. So you can roll over and sit on your knees, right? That's fine. You can have your legs straight in front of you, like whatever works for you. Or if you want to have, you can always grab those blocks and have a little bit of support underneath the knees is also kind of nice, right? So like if the knees don't come down to the earth, if you have support under them, they won't, you'll feel more comfortable in this pose. So finding that, like finding what works for you always. And then taking a moment to, again, sit nice and tall. So imagine that little string pulling out the crown of your head, lengthening the spine, right? At the same time, we want to be relaxed and connected to the earth. So find that spot. And again, I think it's useful to kind of look over the side body and notice if you're leaning forward or back. You're probably not leaning back, right? But you might be leaning forward. And if you are, see if you can come into a slightly more centered position. Close the eyes and breathe here for a moment. Allow the shoulders to roll out again by bringing the palms up on the thighs. Whether you're on your knees or sitting on your buttocks, palms come up on the thighs. And breathe. And then tune into the back of the neck and notice what's going on there. So for most of us, a slight tucking of the chin and a slight pulling back will open the base of the skull and the back of the neck, right? So if you spend any time in meditation, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's important to find that spot where everything kind of just clicks in and is comfortable. Because once you get here, it should be kind of effortless and comfortable. And then see if you can relax your face, your jaw, base of the skull, throat, shoulders, spine, belly. Let the legs sink into the earth a little more. Feel that connection through the sits bones. Nice. Roll the palms over. Maybe you bring the hands to the shins, and we're going to do that cat-cow motion. So we're going to round the back and drop the head on an inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to lift the chin and the chest, pushing through the shoulders. So rounding and arching. I'm not attached to the breath. If it feels more comfortable to breathe in the opposite way, in other words, to inhale as you come forward and exhale as you go back, do that. Like whatever breath work works for you is what you should be doing. Feeling attention is in the spine, like notice what's happening here. Next time we're in a rounded position, we're going to take this into a circular motion over the hips. So as we come forward, we bring the shoulders with us. As we come back, we round those shoulders. As we come forward, we arch the back and push the chest forward, right? And again, so I like to bring my attention to kind of the rib basket and feel that movement over the hips. And just notice what's going on. Next time you're in a rounded position, Reverse that circle, going in the opposite way. And I like to imagine some of our poses, like imagine what this would look like standing. This would be so much more difficult in a standing position. You know, so just take a moment to appreciate the earth and our ability to sit on her and do our practice. Breathing as we go. Nice. And then ever so gently, bringing it back to center. Sitting nice and tall. And notice if it's a little easier to sit tall here. Again, no right or wrong answer, no judgment. Just as we move through our practice, you know, you start to notice things that are useful to your body. Let's drop the right hand onto the earth and bring it like in line with that back side of the body, back line of the body, okay? So you can see my arms like a little bit behind me. Inhale the left arm up, bend the right elbow, drop the right shoulder. Nice. Inhale left arm up towards the sky. Exhale down onto the earth. Again, slightly behind the body. Inhale right arm up. Exhale over, dropping the left shoulder, bending the left arm. Inhale, right arm towards the sky, exhale down. We're gonna do that a couple times, right? Right hand to the earth. Inhale, left arm up and over. Exhale over. Moving with your breath. Inhale, left arm towards the sky. Exhale, left arm to the earth. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale over. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right arm to the earth. Let's do one more set on each side. Inhale, left arm over. Exhale over. Inhale, left arm towards the sky. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale over. Inhale, right hand back towards the sky. Exhale, right hand down. See if you can bring those fingertips to the earth and still remain comfortable. Breathe here for a moment. Close the eyes for a moment. And just notice how this feels. Bring the hands in front of you and let's gently start to walk forward into a forward fold. If this is challenging, bring your block with you so you can bring your hands onto your block. Otherwise, you bring those forearms down towards the earth. And maybe the head comes down. And maybe we can relax into this pose a little bit. Yeah, nice. Breathe. Gently push it on up. Okay, if you're sitting with your legs crossed, lean back, recross your legs with the awkward leg in front. Okay, coming back into that nice tall position, and then let's come forward again. Again, getting down as far as is comfortable and useful. Maybe you drop the head down and breathe. Gently push it up. So whichever leg is in front, lift that knee up towards the sky. So plant that. So in my case, it's the right foot is now in the front. And then we're going to walk that foot out to the side. All right. And then you're going to drop that knee down. So now we're in this sort of side saddle position, right? okay? So pausing here for a moment. And again, we're going to come into that forward fold from here. Breathing into this. Buttock stays connected to the earth. Gently pushing it up. Leaning back a little bit, and let's switch our legs. So we're sitting side saddle facing the opposite direction. Nice. Once you get into that position, come into that forward fold again. Nice deep breaths, face is relaxed, hands, arms, like just folding in. Again, using the blocks to support if you need them. Go ahead and lift it on up. All right, bring both legs straight out in front of you, shake them out a little bit. And then go ahead, last time, bring the feet sole to sole. Maybe grab onto the big toes and push those knees down a little bit. Like activate the inner thigh and push and breathe. Spine's nice and tall. Nice, good job. All right, bring the knees up. And let's come back onto our backs. Keep the knees bent. Coming onto the mat, pausing here for a moment. So again, maybe we take the feet a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Maybe we roll the palms up and bring the arms out a little bit, not all the way to a T, but just somewhere in between next to the body and a T. And we just let that back hang out here for a moment and breathe. And just notice if there's any grip that has built up there, right? See if you can let it go. We'll bring the arms out to the side now, like a T. Bring the palms down onto the earth. Go ahead and bring one knee into the chest and then the other. Go ahead and drop both knees down to the left. Once the legs come down, you can roll the head away from the knees. You can roll the palms up and hang out in this twist for a moment. Let the right shoulder get heavy. Roll the palms down. Inhale, knees and head to center. Exhale over to the other side. Again, once the legs come down, roll the head away, roll the palms up, and breathe into this for a moment. Nice deep breathing, just surrendering into the earth, into the shade. Good, roll the palms down. Inhale the knees to center. Bring the hands onto the knees and let's just take the legs in concentric circles. Drop the knees away from each other, circle away from the face and then towards the face. So nice concentric circles here. And it's like a little mini massage for the back, right? At the same time activating the synovial fluid in the hip joints. I feel like we need to do this to all our joints. And then next time you're coming in, reverse your circle. So drop the knees away from the body, let them drop out to the side, and then circle in. Nice. We'll bring the knees back to center and just squeeze here a little bit. Gently release one foot onto the earth and then the other. Go ahead and let the feet find each other sole to sole. Let the knees drop out to the side. Go ahead and bring those arms out to the side like a T and pause there for a moment and breathe. Nice deep breaths. Again, surrendering into the pose, right? Surrendering into the shape. Surrendering into the earth. Nice deep breathing. Rock the head a little side to side. And bring the head back to center. Bring the arms a little closer. Go ahead and extend one leg and then the other onto the earth. And bringing those arms into a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, palms up, right? Legs at least hip distance apart. And begin to take some nice deep diaphragmatic breaths. So belly, ribs, upper chest, exhale everything. Concentrating on lengthening and deepening the breath. Imagine that with each exhale, the body relaxes a little more. Each exhale takes you deeper into a sense of relaxation. The toes are relaxed, the bottom of the feet, the top of the feet relaxed. Allow the ankles to relax. The calves, the shins, the knees relax. Let the thighs sink into the earth. Buttocks, hips, pelvic floors relax. Belly is relaxed. The lower back and the waist are relaxed. Your internal organs are healthy and relaxed. I'll say that again. Your internal organs are healthy and relaxed, including your lungs and your heart. Your spine, your spinal cord, your vertebrae, relaxed, released, connected to the earth.
Allow the shoulder blades to get heavy. Collarbones widen. Shoulders pour from the body. Let the arms get heavy. Relax the wrists, the hands, the fingers. The back of the neck and the throat is relaxed. The base of the skull widens. The jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the lips relax. Let the skull get heavy. Let the face relax. The entire body is completely at peace and relaxed. And imagine that you're floating, like in a little cove, right off the coast, in a little protective cove, so the waves are quite gentle. The ocean is warm. And it's really salty, so it's buoyant. And you can see to the bottom, it's not very deep. Notice that the patterns that the waves have caused on the sand in the bottom of the ocean here. All these interesting little patterns and ripples and circles. It's like dunes underneath the ocean. The sand is white and it's fine. Water is clear and it's warm. And there's this sensation of rocking, gently rocking with the ocean. The sun is shining down on your body. And there's this sense of healing, sense of timelessness. Sense of peace, compassion, strength, wisdom. Presence. Complete and total presence in this moment, where everything is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right here, right now. And then ever so gently, allowing yourself to come back into the body. Onto the earth, wherever it is that you are. Starting to feel the heaviness. We're no longer floating. We're lying on the earth. Wiggling the fingers and toes a little bit, being a little more conscious of the breath, breathing a little deeper. It might feel nice to just reach the arms up overhead and take a gentle little stretch. And on your next exhale, go ahead and roll over on the one side of the body. Bending the knees, like hugging this feeling to you for a moment longer. And then using that upper hand to push yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. And just taking a moment, right? Like take a moment and feel everything. Just noticing how you feel right now. Allow the palms to find each other in front of the heart. And we'll bow the head in gratitude and grace and humility and just, really like honoring your inner teacher, honoring your dedication to your practice, right? Like, being here matters. Know that. And then send some of that gratitude and grace out over our planet. Like maybe sending out some, really concerted well wishes. And then if you care to, you can join me in a single Om. So we lift the chin so that it's parallel to the earth. We take a nice deep breath in together. I say namaste. I wish you light and happiness, and it's important that we take care of each other and be good. Figure out how to turn this off. I guess we do that. Stop. I think I need to pause this.